In this episode, we are gonna talk about backtesting. This will be probably the shortest video of all of them because there's really little work for me to explain here, but a lot of work for you to do. Backtesting is probably the easiest thing to understand, but it's the most crucial thing which can make you a day trader or what you fail. So, getting to know all the different confluences is really the easiest thing. I'm convinced that everyone who wants to learn day trading can learn all the confluences if they really work in 1 week. It's no big problem. If you spend a lot of time in front of the charts, this is the easiest thing. But the backtesting, it it's why 99% of day traders fail. Because backtesting, actually sitting alone in front of your computer and gathering data, getting market experience, is what 99% of people don't want to do, and is what 99% of people don't have the discipline to do because it is boring. It is really boring, and in the first few hours, yeah, you might enjoy it, but in the end, it's really sitting, gathering data, analyzing, and sitting in front of your computer. Nothing to watch, no more Confluence videos, just you and the charts. You know everything at some point, and then just backtest. Because at some point I knew all the confluences for SMC and I traded with them, but I was unprofitable. And I thought, SMC doesn't work. I tried so many strategies before and they didn't work too. But with enough experience, strategies work. And the experience you only get from trading live or backtesting, since you don't have time to trade live for 2-3 years and then slowly getting it, maybe after 4 or 5 years, you can backtest, go back in the past and trade 10-20 days each day from the past and get experience. So that's why we need backtesting, and backtesting is the most important of everything. It's the hardest of everything. This will make you a trader or make you fail. So let's get right into it. Backtesting is essentially just going into the past and trading old days to get experience. Because you can imagine, me for example, I had multiple accounts for backtesting and I backtested around 15 years on the same time frames, on the same chart. I saw from 2019 to 2025, I saw every day, not only once but twice, I saw every day on S&P 500 and on Nasdaq how they opened, how they developed, every day. And this made me in the end a good trader because I gathered experience, I gathered data, because there's no such thing as you have this confluence, this confluence, this confluence, and if they happen in this time frame, then I enter no matter what and I will be profitable. This doesn't work because the market is changing. In Biden market, there was such thing that worked, but now in Trump, everything is different, and everything will be different for the next presidents because you have to adapt to new markets. You have to take all the conferences and build your own strategy to build your experience, and building this experience by backtesting. So we can go back and backtest. We can make this one time on TradingView to explain it, but you need a paid version for backtesting on TradingView, and it's not the best one because you cannot go to 2021, for example, to see the charts. You can just go 2 or 3 weeks. But we can make one example for it. So, for example, we go to yesterday. We go back to Friday. So, Friday at market open. Friday at market open. Okay. So then on Friday market open, we can mark out everything we want, and then we can go on the 1 minute time frame or the 5 minute time frame and play the candles like they developed in live and enter, for example, a trade. We can say, oh, okay, I'm convinced that we're gonna go up from here. It's just an example. We're gonna go up from here. This is my trade, and let's see what happens. This is how you use backtesting. For example, here, okay, I have a loss. So you can get a sheet of paper, write down loss on Friday, and then you can analyze what you could have done better, what is the data of your trade, what's the RR, how much risk you take, and so on. So then you can gather data and see which days is moving price how, where's the most volatility, which times I trade, when I stop to trade, what is a good RR for my strategy, where should I take profit, how should I take profit. All the things you can gather from backtesting. So then there's a backtesting software which I personally would recommend you all. It's called FX Replay. And on FX Replay, this is, I don't know, my fourth or fifth account already. Yeah, I spent like hundreds of hours on here to backtest. So here you have your dashboard, you have your sessions, your backtesting sessions, you have your strategies, you have checklists which you can make. Yeah, you can go and, for example, say in my entry there needs to be 3 confluences, and then you can backtest and go to your checklist and check if there's all of those. Yeah, it's big in correlation with psychology, which you will see in the next video. So yeah, there's your journal where you can make a screenshot of the actual trade you have taken and write your thoughts, your confidence level, and everything you want to see. So the most important thing here is you just can go down, put new session. You can name a session, for example, SPX backtesting. Okay, account balance 100k, assets S&P 500. Okay, and you can select a date. You can go back to wherever you want, and you can make a date. For example, here, and end date 8. Okay, 1 day. And then create session. So now we are in the backtesting session, and we can backtest. Yeah, we can delete this blue shit here and here, and now we can backtest. And we can gather data, more and more and more and more data. And then this software actually analyzes your data and shows you how was your weeks, how you ended the month, how much risk you take, where's your average RR. You know, you see an equity curve, and with all this data you can slowly understand which days you perform the best, where to take profit the best. You know, so in the end you just have to sit in front of your charts. There's not a lot of things to understand here. Just sit and backtest. It's boring, but in the end it will make or break you. And it's impossible to know all the confluences, have a strategy which works, and have hundreds of hours of backtesting and don't be profitable. It doesn't work. It's not possible. So backtesting is the most easy, most boring, but most important thing of all. So I can advise you to go on FX Replay or to start on TradingView and just go to market open over and over and over and over again for days, for weeks, for months, for years, and see the market on the same time every day. How it opens, what does it do, how it does it, how does the candles develop. This is the most important thing. So yeah, that's all about the video. There's not a lot to tell you. It's easy, but it's the most work for you. This will make you or break you. So I hope you see us as a really important thing, because in the end it is the most important thing. So if you have any questions about FX replay, yeah, just write into the server in general questions and ask about time zones, about how to place an order and everything. But normally this should be easy to understand. Yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to us. You can ask whatever you want. And yeah, give importance to backtesting, because it is the most important thing. Doesn't matter if you trade indexes, forex, crypto, it doesn't matter. If you day trade, you need to backtest. Okay, see you in the next episode.